Wow. Uh, what a crazy time this is, right? A dark day in professional wrestling. I know is on. I really could care less about watching those shows right now. Like I'm just going to be honest here because we had a boatload of news. If you guys follow NBA or NFL or anything like that, we have these things called Woj bombs. All right, Woj bombs. Adrian Wojnarowski is one of the best NBA analysts ever. He will go ahead and he'll post news and then just crazy things happen. This was like the biggest bomb of them all. So it started earlier this morning around like 10 a.m. my time. WWE announced that pretty much like, oh yeah, like they had a conference call. They said that they're going to be releasing some workers due to the COVID-19 situation. If you guys watched my live stream yesterday, John Gore, someone who follows the channel a lot, asked this question, Chase, will you see some cuts? And I said, oh yeah, we're going to see some cuts. Some cuts will surprise us, but we're going to see some cuts from the company because someone asked like about the revival and why did WWE didn't keep them around if they wanted them. And it's because I said probably because they couldn't afford to keep them because you're paying these guys so much money and they're not really doing much for your company anyway, so you got to cut them. But man, Vince and WWE, they just went crazy with the cuts. Like these cuts weren't just like, oh, let's get rid of some performance center guys. Like some of these guys that they cut were guys that have been loyal to the company for a really, really long time. And then the timing of it all was just absolutely terrible too, of when they cut some of these guys and released some of these guys is because, the whole mayor got like, so I guess yesterday was reported, and I don't know the numbers. I don't have the numbers in front of me. So I do apologize. If you guys want to respectfully, if you're watching this via playback, or via the chat, want to respectfully tell me the correct numbers, awesome. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm one of the few YouTubers and wrestling fans that is not going to be like, oh, yo, dare you say I'm wrong. I like being wrong. I like admitting when I'm wrong for certain situations. So pretty much, I guess, Linda McMahon, she's part of Trump's treasury and everything like that. She gave the mayor of Florida like $8 million or something, some weird number like that, like to the mayor of Florida. Florida's governor went on and said that the governor of Florida pretty much went on and said like, no, there's not really any connection with WWE and the mayor of Florida. It is what it is, but pretty much a lot of people are looking at this and seeing how much Vince cut, and then the $4 million that were left on the table. It kind of sucked. And, I see Dre Smooth in the comments. He said, most of these dudes were useless anyways. And it's like, you can say that, yes, but there's a lot of jobs where there's a lot of useless people. Seeing people lose their jobs stink, and especially in their situation, because keep in mind, a lot of these WWE wrestlers, especially if you're a guy like Zack Ryder, who has been with the company for a long time, and even though, yes, he doesn't do much for when it comes to TV, he probably makes a good living, and this really hurts his bank account. Like, this hurts him big time. Like as a human being, yes, it's easy to say as a wrestling fan, look, the guys that most of them cut, like Primo and Epico, they got released. They were still wrestling in Puerto Rico for their father's company. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were still wrestling for their father's company. WWE allowed them to do that and everything. So they're fine when it comes to jobs and everything like that. So yeah, them getting released, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, for certain people, a lot of their dreams were to be in WWE. And I get it's easy to say a lot of these guys were just useless. They weren't doing anything anyways, but it's like they still lost their jobs. And not only did they lose their jobs, it was because they lost their jobs for a situation where WWE is making profit. It's not like WWE is losing money right now. They actually somehow made a profit of $5 million, which is really, really good. And also they still have some money to spare. It just kind of feels weird that WWE needs to make a $4 million save right here. But when it comes down to it, with these wrestlers and how it works and everything, like Dre Smooth, do you have Discord? If you have a Discord, come on, man. I want to hear your voice on this, man, because you bring out some interesting takes real quick. I really want to hear your voice on this. Because, like, for me personally, too, when I looked at some of the wrestlers that got cut, I'm just going to say this right here. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them asked for their releases and WWE was just like, yeah, sure, we'll grant it. I mean, look, Vince McMahon, did he look good at this at the end of the day? No, Vince looked absolutely terrible, especially with the fact that he made his business essential and then he made all these people disposable goods. Like that right there is just like that right there is just kind of weird. Like, why would you make someone such an essential business? Like, why would you make your business essential and you dispose most of your goods? And again, it's like some of the good, like, and I'm pretty sure with Zack Ryder, he was probably making a good figure. Rusev, we don't. I think Rusev, like, it was been reported that he was making a high figure and everything like that, and plus with merchandise and everything. So Rusev was making a high figure. Gallows and Anderson, when they re-upped, they gave them the AEW bonus to make sure they didn't leave to AEW. So they were making a high figure. So cutting those ones alone should help. I don't know how much Drake Maverick would be making. EC3, I think he probably got like 150K, 200K NXT bonus type of thing. So he was probably making a good 200,000 and stuff, and he wasn't really doing much. So WWE made cuts of some wrestlers, but some of the wrestlers, it's just like they didn't really need to be cut. Like some wrestlers, yes, they need to do some spring cleaning. And no matter what WWE did, they were going to look like villains at the end of the day. It's just that the timing of it all was just really, really bad. They timed it at the worst possible time where, you made yourself an essential business. And then it comes out that the mayor of Florida got like $8 million from Linda McMahon. And now all of a sudden you're just cutting people. I don't know. It just feels a little bit too convenient for WWE. Like some of these wrestlers, though, I do think they're going to get their jobs back. Like I don't think WWE is going to keep them away for much longer because, here's the thing. And I know a lot of people are being like, no, a lot of these guys need to go to AEW. Okay, so WWE, who makes a lot of money and was paying these guys a lot of money to not go to AEW, you're saying to yourselves, AEW should pick up some of these guys. What makes you think AEW has all this money to burn? And especially because, like, let's just say Zack Ryder, for example. Zack Ryder goes up, tells Cody, hey, you want me in AEW? Cody's like, yes, absolutely. All right. I was making $850K in WWE. Whoa, 500K. What? Excuse me? Well, if you think about it, Zach, we only do one show and it's the Dynamite. We don't really do anything else. So 500K is what we can give you. Pass. Sorry. It's just not going to happen. Really, it's just not going to happen. AEW can't sign all these guys. And if WWE is struggling to keep all these guys, what does it say for AEW or MLW, Ring of Honor, all these other companies, Impact Wrestling, all these other companies, they're also struggling too. So for all the people that are celebrating the fact that, this could lead to WWE's downfall, first of all, you're playing yourselves. And second of all, y'all really need to realize other companies are hurting for it too, man. When it comes for the wrestlers, though, it just sucks that they're losing their jobs at a terrible time. This is a pandemic. Like, this is not just like roster releases where it's just like, hey, at least they can wait their 90 days and then they can go on to the next Evolve show and use their WWE booking names or whatever. It's like, no, it's like these guys can't do anything. Like they didn't even get a stimulus check. Like, I'm poor enough to afford the stimulus check. These guys, they made enough money where I don't think they even got like a stimulus check for what they've done. Like these poor souls, like these wrestlers, man, they're the most abused profession. These guys are just like, they're like the lower end for all sports, man. They go on here and they just go ahead and they do these matches. They work their ass off to try to get this dream job, being wrestling for the WWE. They put their bodies on the line. They try to sacrifice everything for our entertainment. And then at the end of the day, they don't get paid as much as they should. Like when you look at the wrestler pay scale, it's absolutely pathetic. And they do more, like honestly, if you ask anyone, they do more physical taxing things than an NFL player does, than an NBA player does, than any other sport. Like it's just a fact. It's just that they're not bigger stars, and it's because Vince McMahon doesn't want to make them bigger stars because Vince is afraid that they ultimately are going to leave like The Rock did and stuff. Because being in the WWE, it's hard because you have to financially be not only financially, but you have to be mentally prepared for the fact that you're always on the road and you're beating up your body night in and night out, night in and night out. So some of you guys say, these guys didn't need to come on here. These guys need to go anyways. Yeah, but some of these guys also wrestled on the house shows. And so they were also doing this grind. And yeah, they weren't on TV. I get it. Everyone says, look at what's on TV. But house shows matter too. And the fact is, these wrestlers, they weren't on the house shows, and they weren't on the TV shows, but still were on the house shows, and they were still traveling. And it's hard, man. So yeah, it's hard. AEW isn't financially stable, in all honesty. Yeah, they have platform on TNT, but production-wise and money-wise, it just doesn't match. Yeah, that's why I don't understand where people thinking AEW can sign most of these dudes or hope they will. It's like maybe a couple of them. Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if most of these guys go to MLW or Impact Wrestling and stuff, because at least they tour and they'll get more chance at merchandise. At least, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they're releasing R-Truth. I think R-Truth's one of those guys that's like untouchable for Vince. Like I feel like the guys that they released were guys where it's just like they didn't have direction for anymore. And then some of the guys, it was cost saving measures. Like they had to save costs because, like I said, they re-signed the OC, and it sucks that Gallows and Anderson are gone and everything like that. I'm sure they're going to find work elsewhere, and I'm sure if WWE wants to bring them back, they'll bring them back. But Gallows and Anderson, they pretty much signed them to these contracts to prevent them to go to AEW. They didn't want these boys going to AEW because they felt they would make an impact in AEW, which they would. In AEW, Gallows and Anderson will make an impact because they have some type of name. New Japan, yeah, it's cool to kind of see them. Yeah, they'll be back with the Bullet Club. But at the end of the day, that's more of like, okay, cool, for 2 months we were excited about it. And then New Japan goes back to their square of booking the same 4 wrestlers on top. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Oh, shit. I love New Japan, but I'll fire the shots if I will. They do the same shit. It's the same 4 fucking wrestlers on top. Deal with it. So they're not going to bring that much of an impact because, WWE, let's just be real here. They could give 2 shits about New Japan. Like, let's just be real here. I'm a big New Japan guy. I prefer New Japan over all the companies. They give 2 shits about New Japan. They do not care because New Japan is not taking their main audience. Their main audience is the American audience. Aisha, I posted a link, the ESPN link. Click on that. I'm going to be honest. I can't read all their names. It's just too. It's a lot. It's not like a small list of wrestlers. It's a lot, like a lot. And there's also been producers who've been put on furlough and everything. So I put a link to ESPN to an article. I was just surprised. Kurt Angle, like, man, dude, way to treat a Hall of Famer like Kurt Angle like shit. That's the one that kind of like grind my gears a little bit, because I was just like, some of these guys, I was just like, damn, dude. It's like Zack Ryder, I was bummed about. Rusev especially, man. Rusev has been one of those guys that what's it called? Rusev has been one of those guys that that has always been super talented and just never been used. But Angle, it's like, dog, like, this guy's a Hall of Famer for you. He's arguably one of the best performers you've ever had. That you built a superstar from the ground up with Kurt Angle. You grabbed this guy who was an Olympic medal wrestler and you made him into one of the most iconic wrestlers of all time. People know who Kurt Angle is. You helped him during his time of struggles with perks and everything like that. And now it's just like, Kurt Angle, now it's just like, okay, yeah, we got to release you. We're paying you way too much money to do nothing. It's like, it was like WWE just like said, fuck you, Kurt Angle. And it's like, dude, Kurt Angle, this is one of the greatest people of all time. Like greatest wrestlers of all time, I should say. Not really a great person. We can go here or there with Kurt Angle as a person, but as a wrestler and as someone that is like, when it comes to value for your company, how are you going to treat someone like that? Like, that's the thing that bugs me, man. It's just like, that's a Hall of Famer. That's not just some jobber. I know Mike Chioda too. Like, dude, Mike Chioda has been with the company since 1989. And I'm pretty sure Mike Chioda was making big money, dude. Like Mike Chioda and Charles Robinson and the Hebners, when they were there, those are the referees you remember the most. Like, you noticed them the most. All these other referees, I can't name you any of these referees, man. Like honestly, I can't name you most of these referees nowadays. Like, but Mike Chioda and Charles Robinson, I see those 2 in the ring, I know who they are. And it's just so sad that Mike Chioda, a guy who's been there, and keep in mind, referees, they get a little bit more perks than the wrestlers. They get their travel covered. They get certain stuff covered. Like they pretty much get like certain perks. And so pretty much with Mike Chioda, and especially for how long he's been with that company, it's pretty much like, okay, yeah, you know what, Mike? You're pretty high up there when it comes to the payroll. We got to cut you. Because Mike Chioda, he had to be making like a good living. Like, I'm just saying, man. But when it comes to other referees, I can't think of any other referees, man. Yeah, Mike Chioda got released. Yeah, that was the most shocking. That was the most shocking one. Like that was a sad one too, because like I said, can you guys name me any of the referees today? Like here, John Cole. Which one's that for? Oh, is he the one with the? He has spiky hair, right? He has spiky hair. I don't know which one it is, but yeah, Mike Chioda. That just shows, man. WWE has no loyalty for even the referees, man. Like I hope Mike Chioda was put on furlough. So for people who don't understand furlough, so pretty much furlough is this is like it's like you're on unemployment. Like for example, I'm on furlough for like Kohl's. I can't accept the paychecks because I get paid enough from my other job, my office job. But the thing is, I'm on furlough at Kohl's. So, which means is once Kohl's opens up again, I'm not fired. Like Kohl's is pretty much going to say, "All right, Chase, welcome back. You're on the schedule." Like Kohl's is going to open up the store again for me, and open up the store, and I'm still working. If you read that these guys are on furlough, for the most part, they should be coming back. So a lot of the producers are on furlough, and so if you don't see why people are upset about those guys, you should be good. They should be good. But when it comes to like, you know, the wrestlers, they're not on furlough. Now, Sean Ross Sapp did report that the NXT people are getting 30 days of pay, which is cool, I guess. But then after that 30 days, then pretty much they're on their own after that. So it'll be interesting to see. And that's a bummer for the NXT people, man. Like, think about it, man. WWE forces you to move to Florida, especially if you're not a bigger name. If you're just someone starting out, you're forced to move to Florida to do this scene in NXT, go to the Performance Center every day to work out, train, hopes to make it on TV and stuff like that. You make it on TV maybe once or twice, then you get released, and then afterwards, yeah, good luck with that, man. You have nothing else. Like WWE is just like, yeah, screw you at the end of the day. Like that's what they did with these NXT guys. Like these NXT guys are just terrible, man. Like getting treated so terribly, man. Like they get paid decent money to work out and everything, but at the end of the day, you know, they get forced to move to Florida. And Florida, yeah, the cost of living in Florida is not that expensive. But when it comes down to it, like these NXT guys probably are making enough, like from what I've heard from podcasts, from other people that have trained in NXT and stuff like that, like they live in decent apartments. Like, but how much is the rent per month? And I'm pretty sure, you know, and I'm going to say this, landlords, they're shady as hell, man. Like I'm being dead honest. Landlords can be shady as hell. Like they just hear your WWE or anything like that, man. They probably charge you a little bit extra because they think you have some dough. Like that's the thing, because like I know someone, man, that is pretty like he does professional sports, like he does professional training and stuff, and he doesn't say what he does because he knows these landlords and these people will try to ooze money out of him, and that's the thing. So for all you people that are trained to be a pro wrestler and stuff like that, if you ever are doing a house trip or apartment, if someone asks what you're doing, just make up your job. Don't try to say, oh, I'm trained to be a wrestler, or oh, I work for WWE, because these landlords, they'll find some BS excuse to raise the rent on you because they think you have money. They will do this. So this is a pro tip. Be careful. Make sure when you're doing the online, bring your online listing papers and everything, man, because you can get dicked over. And so just letting you guys know. Surprise Samoa Joe didn't get cut. I don't think Joe was going to get cut. You know, he's kind of someone Vince likes for whatever reason. I don't even know today's referees. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, Cesaro, I don't think Cesaro would get cut, to be honest. They just had Cesaro Appreciation Day. That'd be kind of even worse, man. You have Cesaro Appreciation Day, and is there going to be a Discord panel? No, I just want to bring freaking Dre Smooth on just because he wanted to talk. Last time, Degenerate, you pissed me off in the panel. You didn't mute yourself. It was echoing. It was annoying me, dog. Maybe one day we'll bring you back. But right now, you in timeout for the Discord panel. You in timeout. But no, yeah, I was going to bring just Degenerate on because I want not Degenerate, Dre Smooth, because I wanted to hear what he said, but he didn't respond. Who do you think they'll sign back? Asking an optimistic question. Honestly, man, I could see Ryder coming back, maybe at a cheaper rate. I don't know. Maybe Ryder won't come back. I feel like the Club would definitely come back. Like here's the thing. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, you know, as much as people want them to go back to Japan, they love being back in the States. Like, they love Japan, don't get me wrong. But you've heard podcasts with them and stuff. They talked about it before. They love being in the States. Being in the States is so nice for them. So now they have to go leave their families, go to Japan, and keep in mind too, everyone's saying, oh, these guys going to Japan. This pandemic will affect things for months and years to come. So why would these wrestlers risk their lives going on a plane after this? Some of them will be like, well, yeah, it's my job. But if you're Carl Anderson and you have those 3 kids and you already were in a scary situation where Saudi Arabia was holding you hostage and you couldn't go on a plane, just imagine you traveling to Japan, and what if Japan gets a sickness and everything like that, and then you have to be quarantined? Like, because nowadays, this is what's going to happen now because of this pandemic and because of the coronavirus. And this is going to happen. You guys don't want to admit it, but it's true. We're going to be living in a society now that when anyone gets sick or there's any type of crazy flu, we're going to get locked down simple, quick, because we don't want what the coronavirus has started to happen again. We don't want to live in this type of world where we're stuck in our houses for weeks on end, wondering if we're going to have a solution. So you're going to tell Carl Anderson, who has a wife and kids that live in the States, oh yeah, I'm going to go wrestle in New Japan, and I'm just going to go wrestle in Japan. And the next time some kid in Japan gets sick and then we get quarantined, I'm not allowed to go see my wife for like more than 4 weeks, than a month. It's like wrestling fans. Like I'm just like, do you guys not realize it's not just easy to just say, let's just go? Because that's different. Like it's different for me, who's like a single guy, and let's say I was in shape and I was a pro wrestler. It's different for me. I could be like, okay, this sucks that I'm stuck in Japan, but at least I'm here where my work is. Carl Anderson, it sucks that he's stuck in Japan. He won't even get to see his 3 freaking children or his wife. That sucks. So for all the people saying, oh, they go back to New Japan, it's not going to be like for them. If you're Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and WWE came back, and I do not want to hear people. And like here's the thing: if you're one of those people that are pissed off now, and then are upset when they re-sign with the company, just stop it. You're just looking at things to bitch about now. Like you are literally grasping at straws, bitching about something. Because these wrestlers, if they get signed back, good for them. They got their job back. Maybe not maybe not the same money, but when it comes down to it, these wrestlers, man, them traveling and stuff, traveling is going to be the hardest thing after this pandemic, especially outside of the States. Like, it's going to be hard, and it's a bummer, but that's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. This pandemic has changed how things are going to be operated. That's just the bottom line. And I know people are going to sit here and say, just go to New Japan. like for real, like, is this our answer to everything? Just go somewhere else? Like, I won't be upset. If Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows re-sign with WWE, I won't be upset. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, for all I know, Carl Anderson probably called Vince, said, hey, look, my wife is worried. My kids are worried. I make a lot of money. I'm good in my bank account. I want to stay home. And Vince is like, okay, there you go, pal. Simple. I wouldn't be surprised if some wrestlers did call Vince and say, I want my release. And it's not because they hate the company. It's because they probably feel safer at home and they probably don't want to fucking travel. It's like what I talked about when everyone was asking me, why did Dana White keep the site of the UFC super hidden? I told people the reason why he's keeping the site super hidden is because these journalists want to collect the unemployment check. So yeah. Like, here's the thing. That's what all I'm trying to say. Like, some wrestlers, yeah, it sucks. Like Drake Maverick, this is his dream. His dream is to be in WWE. That's what some people don't understand either. Like when you're a pro wrestler and you go into that WWE system, you get sucked into that WWE bubble. Like it's easy for us as fans not in the bubble to say they're being wasted. Go to X and X company. Well, in their bubble, Eric Young is enjoying the fact that WWE is making him kind of a producer, and he's kind of doing other stuff besides just wrestling. He's learning other skills in the professional wrestling business that can help him outside or inside the WWE in the future. Drake Maverick is having a good time because he's at free reign with his character and doing all like that's the thing. That's the thing people like did not put 2 and 2 together, is that, you know, some people just enjoy their time in WWE. I get it. I get it. The Revival are so vocal. I get it. The negativity on WWE is so vocal on Twitter. But if you turn your head 180 degrees and then you look at it another way and you say, oh shit, there's people posting here about something. Then you turn it again and you say, oh shit, there's more posts about something over here. You'll see not everyone agrees with you on certain things. Oh, trust me. I see the AEW side of Twitter and stuff like that. I don't agree on everything they say, especially when they say that Darby Allin's going to draw them to 1 million pay-per-view buys. I don't know where to get that number, but okay. But when it comes down to you gotta broaden your horizon. You can't just be stuck in the same bubble. Because if you're stuck in the WWE sucks bubble, you're gonna be in that bubble. It's just like WWE wrestlers being in the WWE bubble. They believe what's going on within their company is awesome. Some wrestlers, they just don't want to be in that bubble. They're just angry all the time, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with someone being angry at the company they work with. I've been angry at a couple companies I worked with as well. It happens. We're human. We're not robots that are built like this, and we have to abide by the rules. We're freaking humans. We have emotions. We're allowed to let them out. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, some people just don't understand. Like, a lot of these wrestlers, their dream is to wrestle for WWE. They could care less that, oh, I'm getting all the match time in the world. Like some people, they have different goals in wrestling. Drake Maverick, he just wanted to put on the most entertaining value for the fans. Where could he provide the most entertaining value with the most eyes? WWE. Simple as that. You can argue, oh, well, Chase, AEW is actually more. Fine. You can say AEW is more entertaining. That's okay. But the thing is, who watches more of the wrestling? The WWE fans or AEW? What? WWE. You want to keep arguing. AEW is better. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, who's watching more? WWE fans or AEW fans? AEW is still better. I don't understand this, so. But yeah, that's just how it is. Like, when it comes down to it, with WWE, Drake Maverick, he wanted to provide entertainment. More eyes are on WWE than any other company. That's just how it is, and that's how he felt he could get his entertainment across. And unfortunately, he can't do that anymore. And some of these wrestlers that lost their jobs, it's just in the worst time. That's all I'm saying. Like, look, if you think AEW is better, that's your opinion. But I'm not trying to sit here and like deny the fact WWE still gets more viewers. Like at the end of the day, people are still watching WWE more than they're watching AEW. It doesn't matter how much better you think AEW is. At the end of the day, WWE is still the flagship. Like, you can hate on it all you want, you can be frustrated, but people are still watching WWE more than they're watching AEW. Well, Chase, they don't report the stream numbers, and shut up. I can tell how much people are watching AEW from the YouTube numbers alone, so stop. But yeah, man. Yeah, dude, like the thing is, man, I just don't want wrestling fans to be upset if these guys go back to WWE, because some of them really want to be back there, man. Like, some of them really do want to go back to WWE, man. Like, if you ask No Way Jose, who was doing really the same gimmick on the independents anyways, he has No Way Jose. He's going to say, yeah, I'm going to go back. I know a lot of people are going to be like, why would he go back? It's like, okay, where would No Way Jose fit in MLW? Where would No Way Jose fit? Oh, he doesn't even fit in ROH. He could probably do something in New Japan, but he would probably have to change his style up. And plus, I don't know No Way Jose's living situation compared to like Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, who have shared their living information on podcasts. I just know No Way Jose is a wrestler. So it's like, yeah, he could go anywhere. No Way Jose could literally go everywhere, and he's fine. Because he's literally going to just do the same gimmick, because that's what he did on the independents before he went to the WWE. But for certain guys, it's like, dude, like, I was like Zack Ryder. I'm just going to be honest. Zack Ryder, the only other company I can see him in is Impact. Like, I can only see him in Impact. I don't see Zack Ryder. He doesn't fit AEW style. Like, do you really see Zack Ryder in AEW? Like, I don't. If he ends up in AEW, he's just going to be like Shawn Spears. Like, Zack Ryder is not going to provide anything for AEW, at least in my personal opinion. So for me personally, Zack Ryder would be more like an Impact Wrestling guy. Same with Brian Curtis, his tag partner. To be honest, it doesn't make sense having all these guys at the WWE only having shows in the Performance Center. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's just that when you release them, Dre Smooth, and this is what I'm trying to say, you're releasing them after you did some shady shit. And that's kind of like making your business essential, making it where these guys are going to the performance center on Monday, hoping that their name's going to be called. Like Noah Jose, he did wrestle. He wrestled against was it Austin Theory? I don't know. He wrestled on Garza. He wrestled one of these guys. No, Theory fought some jobber. I think Garza wrestled No Way Jose. He did something. I think he did. If he didn't, I'm wrong. But to like, for example, No Way Jose goes to the performance center on Monday thinking that, oh yeah, he's gonna maybe be used or he's gonna wait to get his number called, and then afterwards he does get his number called, but on Wednesday, and they just release him. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just not fair towards them. Like that's what sucks with these wrestlers, man. Wait, Dana Brooke got released. Where's the confirmation on that? I need to see that. Degenerate. You gotta post the link. If you guys have if you guys are posting links or you saying someone is gone, you gotta post links because I gotta confirm this. You gotta tell me if there's someone on Twitter because we ain't gonna try to spread false information up in here. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like certain wrestlers, man, they just fit WWE. Like Zack Ryder, like he just fits like WWE to a T. Like him going anywhere else would just be goofy to me. So yeah, dude. Oh yeah, no, Sean Spears, he just doesn't bring anything to the table, dude. I don't know why Cody was putting him over so hard in the Dynamite show. But yeah, man, like this whole situation though, it's just like I said, Dre Smooth, the reason why there's an issue is because there's shady business with it. And it's like the way Vince did it was just kind of bad. Like it was just bad timing too, and especially during the pandemic. Because if this was a normal thing, people would be upset, but not as upset. This is just like dropping a bombshell, man. Like it's just yucky. It's just really yucky. I see we have 20 people watching. Thank you so much. This is awesome to me and stuff. I do appreciate when you guys tune in and you guys are participating in the chat. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. It does help out a little bit. This video is not being monetized at all, so I don't care. I just want to get more people to reach my voice. For me personally, like if I had a bigger following and if I could possibly, give money to like that I made from the ad revenue that I made from this video to the wrestlers, I would. But quite frankly, I don't think they need my 10 cents I'm going to make on this video or 12 cents or anything like that. So I didn't turn on monetization. You guys can even check that yourself. You guys can see if there's ads or anything on these videos. There's no ads for this one. Yeah, it's because I can't, like, what's the point? Like, there's no foundation for me to help, some of the workers that are in need for WWE that need the money more than, like, let's just face it, dude. I'm in a good situation. House is paid off. I'm chilling. I pay electric. I pay I pay my bills. I work 2 jobs, so I'm decently, like, I'm not saying I'm rich, but I'm smart with my money. Like, I'm not broke either and stuff like that. But for me, man, it's just like when it comes to YouTube, if I made more money on here, I would definitely put it into something else. Like I would put it into like doing more giveaways for you guys and stuff like that and whatnot. Like a lot of times if you guys ever notice when I do a giveaway, it's because I got like a bonus or something and I want to give back to you guys. Because even though my channel is small and not really too many people watch my channel, I don't care. The ones that are supportive and there for me, they get shit in return. Like I feed the mouths that want to be fed and stuff like that. So yeah. So like for me, man, like my shit's chilling. I'm fine. I'm sitting on money not a lot of money, but just money in the bank. Just doing my thing. Just not trying to be broke like I used to be. Like I was sick and tired of living a life, man, where I was like paycheck to paycheck and stuff like that. And then I finally took time to like say, screw it, gotta invest in myself somehow. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna now move into the Q&A portion of this video. So if you guys are new to the channel, you guys can ask any question. It doesn't have to be wrestling related. Before you do leave, if you don't like the Q&A portion, you can just hit the like button. That'd be grateful. Even if you don't have a YouTube account, it does count towards the algorithm. And if you hated what I said, you can more than welcome hit the dislike button. Like I said, I don't get sensitive about I don't get sensitive about that stuff. we all have different opinions, different folks, different strokes. All right, so let's see. Thoughts on John Draper Twitter? John Draper is a funny guy on Twitter. I like John Draper. I have nothing wrong with him. Alyssa says, don't like Seth Rollins' heel turn. Why is the title picture not Kevin Owens? Love Seth Rollins, no character, been heel face to me. I like Seth Rollins' original heel. Like when Seth Rollins was an original heel, he was entertaining when he was with J&J and everything like that. But Kevin Owens, his first title run kind of got overrun by Jericho, in my personal opinion. Who would you draft first, Justin Herbert or Tua? Herbert. It's not even fucking close. I miss AA Star. Where he been chased? LOL. Who? Double A Star? Who? The Twitter follower. I don't even know where they've been. Some of these people just left because like there was a time where I just didn't post videos for like a year or something like that, and I'd post randomly. So some people that stick around, they stick around and stuff like that. So yeah. Is it true McMahon Empire is helping out the quarantine crisis? Yeah, man. Dana White, Jerry Jones, Mark Cuban, and all these other people are helping the quarantine crisis. It's literally like the League of Villains, dude. The only one that's missing from that list is James Dolan. If Dolan was there, it'd be crazy. Like it would just be super insane. I would be like, what the hell, James Dolan? Sorry, my boss is messaging me. Sasha Banks' current heel run has sucked. Her run as Space was better. Dude, Sasha Banks' whole main roster run, you can argue, has not been very impressive. Like when you look at Sasha Banks' main roster run, like let's just be real here. What has she done? Like her main roster run has just been transitional title reigns, and that's it. Feel bad for the girl. She's very talented, but she's not really doing much when it comes down to it. Is it true? Yeah, I already answered that question. Yeah, man, that's a crazy list of people that are helping out Vincent Kennedy McMahon and everything like that, man. Like, what a list of strangers and human beings that is. Oh, my contacts have been out of whack this whole past week. It's been rather annoying. I've been changing them out, but still. Sasha Banks was the most popular woman in 2016, 2017. Weird. I thought that was Bailey because everyone told me Bailey was super hot and super over. So I don't know, Jogon Keen. I think you're wrong there. Bud. I remember everyone was telling me Bailey was the coolest wrestler of all time. Anthony Ryan, what's your personal force on Drake Maverick? Personal force. Anthony, I think you personal. I don't know what you were trying to ask there. If you can just like whatever force was supposed to be, just let me know. I think you meant thoughts. I think Drake Maverick. If it's thoughts that you were trying to say, I think it was Drake Maverick. Is a really good worker. Very, 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 very good guy for his size. Definitely very entertaining when he was with Dixie and TNA. I actually like that TNA stuff with EC3 and everything. But honestly, when it comes down to it, Drake Maverick at the end of the day, you know, he's limited to a certain role, but he's an underrated worker. Him and Mike Bennett, they had some good matches, or Mike Kanellis, sorry, had some good matches on 205 Live you should check out. What do you think that AJ had losing his two best friends? What do you think is going through AJ's head losing his two best friends in the company and his two henchmen storyline wise? Well, Undertaker did kill them. Like he threw Luke Gallows off a roof and Tombstone Carl Anderson. I think AJ's probably bummed, but he understands. Like, here's the thing: AJ Styles, like, he's a Christian Republican. What do you think is going through his head? Nah, shoot, man, that's really hard. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Carl. I'm so sorry, Luke. But you know, God's with you. God's gonna give you the right way. I know Vince will get you guys back, and I just wish you guys the best. You know, I love you and everything, and I hope you nothing but the best. Like. That's going on through AJ's head. I'm just going to be honest. Like, AJ Styles is probably, like, bummed, but he's probably praying for them and wishing them all best wishes. I'm just telling you what people told me, Jogon King. Bailey was better. That's what everyone's telling me. Chase, what was the best year of WWE during the 2010s? I say 2013 had a good run of wrestling. I enjoyed talking about wrestling in 2015. If I'm going to be, like, 2015 through 2016 was a fun time talking about professional wrestling, in my personal opinion. Had a lot of good points to talk about, a lot of good arguments and stuff. 2015 was just a fun time. So I'm going to go with 2015. It was a fun time to talk about. What are your thoughts on Biker Undertaker? I hated the Biker in 2000, and I hate it now. Biker Taker was just kind of whatever to me, because keep in mind, when I started watching wrestling, Taker was in the Ministry of Darkness, so I didn't really grow up with the whole Demon Undertaker and stuff like that. My dad was into bikes too, so he liked Biker Taker. So for me, Biker Taker was kind of cool, and I liked some of the theme songs that he had. But when it comes down to it, like, he's not my favorite form of Taker, but I don't hate him. I did like the respect Taker. He's like, you need to respect me, boy, and he just beat up people. Andre Cobio shows where WWE head is at. Get rid of Rusev, who can wrestle. Keep Lana, who can't. Well, they got rid of a lot of guys that a lot of IWC people said are very good, not that good in the ring. Like, they kept all the good wrestlers, like Ricochet still running amok. Same with Mustafa Ali and all these guys. So they kept all the wrestlers. They got rid of the guys that were more characters. Is the Schmo dating Helen Yee? Yeah, him and Helen Yee have been dating. Like, Helen Yee is the reason why the Schmo's in, okay? I love the Schmo. I don't hate him. But I'm just telling you, yes, they've been dating for like 6 months, 8 months, something like that. They just keep it really secret. And then, yeah, Helen Yee is attractive. Like, oh my God, I had the huge, like, I remember when I was a little, like, the first time I saw Helen Yee, like, was probably like, golly, like probably like 11th grade. And I was like, oh my goodness, and stuff like that. And she's still attractive to this day, man. Like I don't know, man. Sometimes if I was a fighter, and I'm not lying, I would have a hard time keeping my eyes up. Like, it would definitely be a hard time, because I'll just be like, what the, especially if you're a newer fighter, it's your first time talking to her, you'd be like, But yeah, no, she's very attractive. Schmo's great. But yeah, they've been dating for like 6-8 months or something like that. They have a podcast too. It's very interesting. Eric Hawani, stop ducking, motherfucker. Did you hear about Roman Reigns telling Care Bear to be humble? Yeah, I saw that for Instagram. And then Care Bear was like, I am humble. Like you can tell Care Bear, like, Care Bear is such a bitch, dog. Like he's not a man at all. He's a bitch. I like Draper, but he bitches way too much on everything. I say he should just watch MMA. That's his gimmick. That's how he got over. So, thoughts on Jay White's Cutthroat Bullet Club? Who? Next question. I don't give a fuck about that jobber. I don't even know who you talking about. I know Kenta's in the Bullet Club, but this Jay, what's his face? I don't know, man. Yo, and how's self-quarantine going? Oh, well, Isaac Barak, it's been a bunch of video games, working out, reading, just like kind of what I normally do, but I have to do schoolwork and work sometimes. Like I have to work from home. Like I'm grateful that I'm still working, so it's awesome. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, pretty much, like, I just doing what I'm doing. The only bummer is I don't get to see people. And I have previous health conditions, so me going outside, I don't care how safe my area is. It's just me going outside in general is not the smartest thing to do. So I can't, even if I wear a mask, I'm very subjected to it. So for me, it's best if I just stay home as much as possible. I go outside by going, I work out sometimes in my backyard. So I'll just grab some weights and I'll work out there and stuff like that. Or I'll just do some jumping jacks, or kind of like what I'll do is I'll do like literally like 30 laps in the backyard, and I'm just like listening to music as I'm doing it. And as my backyard's freaking small, I live in a townhouse, so it's just like I'm just walking around it. So like it at least gives me like 3,000 to 4,000 steps. So it's not some boring task. But yeah, like I just kind of walk around my backyard. I that's how I get my sunlight, because otherwise I'll be super pasty white like Casper the Ghost after this. So, but yeah, it's just been kind of boring. Hopefully your quarantine is more exciting. Don't laugh at me, but I've never heard of Helen Yee. So Andre Corbillo, Helen Yee, he's a MMA report. She reports for the Raiders and MMA. She's mostly known for her MMA work. She's a very attractive woman, Andre. You'll see her and you'll know what I'm saying. You'll be like, okay, Chase, I see what you're saying there, but very attractive woman. Wow. 2013 was a good year for WWE. I was really into the company in the summer and fall during that time. Yeah, Randy Orton's heel turn was really good in 2013. No, that was 2014. What was 2013? God dang, I gave my years. No, that was 2013 because Brian, what was going on in 2013? Randy's heel turn. Punk and Lesnar happened in 2013. We got Christian Del Rio. That was good. Yeah. I don't know why. Sometimes shorting years just get blended together. 2013 and 2014 almost got blended together for me. Sorry, mate. Thank you for answering my question. Oh, no problem, Anthony. Right. I didn't know what we were trying to say, so I just kind of guessed. Did you hear about Rousey's fake wrestling comments? Yeah, I talked about it in the last stream for this one, the fake wrestling comments. For me, I was just like, I was just like, it's her trolling. And then to answer your other question about the wrestling releases, it's pretty much that WWE needs to free up money because they wasted money paying the mayor and doing all this other stuff, and they need to make funds to keep operating. So they release guys that are on heavy contracts, whether it was because they're longtime loyal guys or they paid those guys to not go to AEW because they could actually make an impact in AEW. So that's why the releases happen. Care Bear and Jay, who suck more? They both suck on my planet. So they're both on the bottom tier. Oh, and by the way, guys, let's give a moment of silence to our boy Garbage Man. Like, I don't think I'll ever talk about Garbage Man ever again on this channel. It's a shame. My Garbage Man rants were some of my favorite rants. If you guys don't know who Garbage Man is, it was Eric Rowan. I would say this. I'm not a fan of Eric Rowan. I don't like him. He's called Garbage Man on my channel for a reason. But I am sad that he did lose his job in this type of situation. No one wants to lose their job in this type of situation. So, moment of silence to our boy, the Garbage Man. All right, man. Fuck you, Garbage Man. But not really, but like, fuck you as a worker. But I hope you're doing well as a person. But as a worker, fuck you. All right? But as a person, wish you nothing but best. But fuck you, Garbage Man. So, moving on along from that. 2013 had a good storyline here. Minus the storyline where Big Show, my boy Big Show, was crying. He was like, I don't want to punch him. Like, shut up, Big Show. Just punch him. Like, why are you crying? If you could make a modern day evolution, who would you choose? So the Triple H would probably have to still be Triple H. I don't trust any current wrestler to be like Triple H. So Triple H would be still the Triple H, but he just wouldn't win the world titles. Austin Theory is automatically in that group. He brings off the evolution. I can see Austin Theory coming out and he has the evolution theme song behind him, like boom, 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 like I can see that. They need a muscle like Batista. Who's a big ass muscle I would put in that group? Honestly, worst comes to worst, I think they might put Lars Sullivan in that group. So I'd put Lars Sullivan. They would need women empowerment in this era since it's women's wrestling. So we need to find a woman for this group. I would say Dakota Kai fits that build of women empowerment in this group. You could put Charlotte, but I'm trying to think of other talents that need it. And then you need that established main eventer that's gonna kind of play the Triple H role, but he's not really. He's just kind of there because Triple H can't wrestle all the time, since Triple H is doing more of the Flair role. So let's go with like Edge. He seems like a suitable guy and stuff, and heel Edge is much better. If not Edge, Drew McIntyre. So that's kind of my Mosh evolution I would choose. Sup, CPZ? Do you think Sasha Banks is one of those wrestlers to have long face runs and short heel runs like CM Punk due to her selling a lot of merch and still being popular? I just think Sasha Banks works better as a sassy face, but her as a heel is just not good because you just don't believe it. Like she just works good as a sassy face, in my personal opinion. The Fiend's never being released, man. Cena likes him. Once Cena puts her stamp on approval, Vince is like, oh, well, John likes him. I like him. Came late, but what are your thoughts on AJ Styles' buddies getting released? I talked about it. I went into really good detail how they probably won't go back to Japan anytime soon and stuff. It sucks, but I see them coming back to WWE once this is all over. I even said I wouldn't be surprised if Carl Anderson called Vince and said, hey, I just don't want to go. And Vince is like, I totally understand and stuff like that. So, yeah. I put Orton into Triple H role. No, Orton's terrible in factions. Orton sucks in factions. I can't name you one good Randy Orton faction. Like, I really can't. Every time Orton's a leader in the faction, it's just terrible. So, no. Orton, I try to avoid that because every time Orton's in the faction where he has to be some type of power in the group, he's just terrible. Yeah, man. Like I know with the company Kohl's, my retail job, we've been affected with this, so it's crazy, man. Oh, Lars Sullivan got released? I didn't know that. Shit. What will happen first, World War III or Khabib versus Tony? Oh, World War III. Khabib versus Tony is going to go down in history as that one fight we never got. Like it's literally like the Anderson Silva GSP and stuff. Like it's going to go down. There's fights in the MMA history where like, yeah, man, I kind of wish I would have saw this fighter fight this fighter in their prime. That is literally going to be this fight right here, man. Like no way this fight's ever going to happen, man. Bro, my wrestling knowledge is fading, but was Punk set out to return this year? No, he was not set out to return this year. He hates WWE. He just does WWE backstage every once in a while. So yeah. UFC 249 was canceled when we're all getting excited for Gaethje versus Ferguson. Oh, it's coming back May 9th. Dana has a super card. Fucking Dana White, dude. UFC 249. Oh yeah, I read that one. How long do you think Roman Reigns out? Do you see him return? Love him to happen, hate him, hate to happen, hate King Corbin. I think Reigns will come back. Honestly, I don't think we'll see Reigns again until August, like August, September. And the reason why I say this is because I don't know when they're going to let, so May 15th, originally we were supposed to be quarantined until April 3rd, April something. Like they wanted us to be quarantined for till April 24th or something like that. Then they pushed it to the end of April. Then afterwards they pushed it to May 15th. For all we know, we could be stuck in our houses till June and everything. And then after all that too, because my school, my grad school, we were already prepared to what's it called? We already prepared our summer courses, so our summer term is all online. And I hate online classes, dude. Like, it's just absolutely terrible. So I don't know. I don't know when, but I'm the earliest I will say, not the latest, the earliest I'll say is August or September. Speaking of nobody bringing to the table, Jon Moxley, I know he has a fan base. He does wrestle in his own capacity, but he brings nothing to the table. He's still Dean Ambrose in my eyes. I think he's done good for AEW. Teach their own. I feel like he's been presented well in AEW at least. He's not perfect, but he's been presented well. So I would say Jon Moxley has been doing well. Top 3 hottest females in WWE asked by Tyshawn Henderson. Oh, dude, it's a trifecta of Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose, and Lana. There we go. I was trying to blank. I don't know why I drew a blank on Lana, but those are the 3 hottest. Easy. Triple H in the Flair role, Austin Theory in the Orton role, Tino Sabatino in the Batista role. No, Tino stinks. I'm sorry, Leigh Royalty. He stinks. And Triple H role would be Drew McIntyre. That's fine, but no Tino. Tino stinks. Which hero you prefer? Sorry, my contacts are messing up. Hiei or Vegeta? They're not heroes. Hiei, because he did less bullshit than Vegeta. Vegeta was always a dick, dude. Vegeta, like, watch Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta causes all these freaking problems. That's all he does. I'm surprised Heath Slater got released. Remember, he was the sole member of the Nexus, still in WWE, and 3MB, and the Core. Let's not forget about the Core, Isaac Brock. And 3MB got dissolved with Jinder Mahal and McIntyre getting released. Yeah, man. He was probably making a lot of money, and WWE had to can him, which sucks. But hey, maybe Heath Slater will get jack as fuck, and he will complete the trend, the trifecta of 3MB becoming like I know I'm laughing and I shouldn't be, but it's just funny in my mind that Heath Slater just comes back yoked to the gills and he wins the world title. Like, be absolutely hilarious, man. Yeah, Austin versus Hogan. There, that's a good Habib versus Tony theme. But at least we got Ospreay versus Punk at the Dome possibly. And what are your thoughts on that, Chase? I did not even hear anything about that. Haven't kept up. What's the news on Ospreay versus Punk? Y'all fill me in because I'm a little bit behind on that. What about John Cena leading a modern day evolution? No, I want John Cena to lead like a chain gang. Like no evolution. Like Cena's not evolution. What I want Cena to do is grab guys that he feels are like him, where it's like they're the last guy on the bench. Everyone else was ahead of me, but I was the last one on the bench. Like grab last guys on the bench and lead his own little chain gang. if you're filthy rich, let's say a billionaire, would you buy a private island for yourself like Uncle Dana and Cristiano Ronaldo? Oh, hell yeah. I would have a private island, 100%. Like, that's not even a question. If I was filthy rich and I had all this money in the world, oh, private island, yes. There's a possibility at my school for fall 2020 we start online classes. I hope not. I hate online classes too. This shit has to be figured out at least June or July. Yeah, like online classes, man, I don't know. I like talking to people. And here's the thing too. I go to grad school, so we have a lot of international students. They're not bad people. It's just hard with the language barrier sometimes, because at least when you're with them in person and you're talking to them, they understand what you're trying to say. They go, oh, yeah, and stuff like that. Over Zoom, oh my God, it's impossible. And then plus, to some people, like, I get it. Not everyone's going to be like me, have a microphone, have a camera like this. I get it. I'm a dumbass that bought this stuff for YouTube and stuff. I get it. But man, dude, how hard is it just to buy a cheap ass mic? Like, how hard is it? How hard is it? How hard is it to keep your headphones plugged in? It's not hard. Mute yourself, motherfucker. Like, I'll tell you this, man. 2 times someone has been caught playing video games during my classes. So the first one was NBA 2K. Now, does Chase Oliver play video games during his classes? You damn right I do. But you know what I do? I mute my mic and I double check. I keep my volume low. So just in case if I do need to talk, they can hear me. But the thing is this, man. So we were chilling. This was my Thursday class. We were chilling in the class. All of a sudden, I'm hearing like 2K noises. And I'm freaking out because I think it's my game. And I look, I'm not even playing a game at that point. I'm having a YouTube music video playing. I don't even know what music video was. I think it was like something. I was watching. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not playing. But I'm hearing 2K in the background. And then I'm like, what the hell is going on there? And my teacher's like, what's that noise? And then like you could hear Kevin Harlan and Antetokounmpo with the dunk or something like that. He says something and whatnot. And I'm like, I don't know, professor. And I'm a smart ass student too. Like the thing about me, I have my quips. I'm funny in the classroom. Like people like me in the classroom because I bring a sense of humor. And I'm not afraid to like ask a teacher. Like a teacher would be like, does anyone want to extend the due date? And everyone else is so quiet because they don't want to be that asshole. And I'll be like, man, I'm so down for an extra week. And everyone's just like, oh my God. Like he just asked. Like one time I asked the teacher because like, dude, she was being unreasonable with this project. Like I really felt that she was asking way too much in one day. She wanted us to turn in 2 different papers. And I really raised my hand. I said, Judith, can we at least have 1 paper due next week? And the whole class went silent. Like they could not believe that I just asked the professor that. She was stunned. And then she's like, oh, for what reason, Chase? And I said, I'm gonna be honest, man, this is way too much for me. Like I got like work after this, and then afterwards I gotta work on your other paper. Like I just want an extra week. And then she's like, well, if the class is okay, and the whole class raised their hand like no tomorrow. Like I'm not afraid to ask these questions or admit how I feel. So a lot of classmates, they love me. They always remember me too. Like they go like, oh fuck yeah, Chase is my class and stuff. They don't like me when they're in my group though, because because I'll admit I'm a procrastinator sometimes, and a lot of the times my groups get mad because I don't turn in my shit, and I always have to have that my one loyal group member tell the group, don't worry, Chase has his shit done. It just takes a minute, and then when I get my shit done, it's A+ material. Mwah. So yeah, but yeah, when it comes down to it, man. Like 2 kids got caught. The kid was playing NBA 2K. My teacher went on a rant on him and stuff like that. He got kicked out of the Zoom meeting. And then the other kid, so we were presenting projects and he shared his screen. And so I guess this guy, I don't know where he was doing his screen because Final Fantasy is not even on the PC. He must have his PlayStation connected to the display monitor or something like that. You could just see him playing Final Fantasy. Like, so he was done presenting, right? And then I think he forgot to hit on the go-to. So this is go-to. He's on the go-to meeting. He goes and he's playing. And my professor's like, what are you doing over there? Like, it seems like you're doing something else. He's like, oh, my bad. He clicks on the screen. He played Final Fantasy VII. And then you can hear the noise. He was like, fucking moron, dog. But yeah, it was hilarious, dude. How is Impact Wrestling still alive during all this? Hey, man. Anthem money, dude. That Access TV money. Who wins, the Usos or Gorilla of Destiny? Usos. I'm sorry, man. Tama Tonga talk shit, but he don't like getting hit. I'm going with the Usos, man. I like, dude, Jimmy Uso convinced the court of law, even though he was clearly drunk, that he wasn't drunk. Oh, yeah. That right there was a legit badass. Tama Tonga, I'm such a badass. No one can shut. Talk. That's all you do. You know what Jimmy Uso does? He convinced the court of law he wasn't drunk. Badass. Tama Tonga. Sorry. Usos are winning that fight, man. They also got Rikishi blood in them. I know I'm going to be like, oh, Haku, and they don't have the Haku energy, dog. They just don't. The Usos. I know I'm going to be like, oh, dare you? I'm just saying, Twitter fingers over there. I'm saying Jimmy Uso convinced a cop he wasn't drunk. I'm just saying. So, yeah. Which movie are you hyped more for? Wonder Woman 1984 or Black Widow 1984? Easy. I love the first Wonder Woman, so I'm going to love this one. So is John Cena going to appear in the big four shows this year? I don't know. It's whenever John Cena wants to appear. He controls his destiny. He made enough money where he can do everything, and he makes enough in the film industry to do whatever he wants. So he controls his destiny. That's what happens at the end of the day. New Nation of Domination, definitely the Street Profits with Bianca Belair, with Mark Henry as manager, and Apollo Crews, maybe Titus 2. No, we don't need a Nation of Domination at this time. Like, it'll just cause way too much issues in today's WWE. Like, Street Profits are so fun. Why would you want to take away the element people like about them and make them serious? John Cena having a heel stable with the Street Profits would be cool. No, let's not make the Street Profits heels. They're fun. Like, oh my God. I'm right with Ospreay said he was. If I'm right, Will Ospreay said he was pitching it on Chris Van Vliet. Oh, okay. Well, if CM Punk's not saying anything, then I don't really care for it. I'm glad not in college during this time. Yeah, it sucks, man. Larry Royalty, I see your room changed. It had been a while since I've been on your videos. You look good too. Thank you. I'm still chunky and fat, but I do have the giant beard going on right now. This Daniel Bryan beard that I can't shave because I'm too freaking picky, and honestly, I'm just terrible when it comes to trimming and everything. So what, you can't even use Zoom? How are you? What can you use, Aisha? You can't use Zoom. Oh. Chase, are those 3 tubs in your room full of shoes as well? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, they are. There's some shoes I haven't shown. They're not banners. They're just shoes. I have the Pumas, and I have these Puma uproars and stuff that are cool. They're basketball shoes. They're cool though. They're like Charlotte Hornet colors. I like them a lot. What else? Do I have anything else there? Oh, maybe my PGs are in there. My PGs split the stitches and stuff. Maybe some Kyrie Tulos. I don't know. I haven't checked really, to be honest. I'm too lazy to do all this stuff, man. Main character you prefer, Naruto or Ichigo? Naruto. I didn't watch Bleach that much. Like, I didn't really follow Bleach all that much, man. Heard rumors of Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and Michael B. Jordan collaborating with David O. Russell for DC movie. Thoughts? Well, let's hope it's fucking good. Well, you gotta tell me what the DC character is. Like, I need to know the character because, like, already you're hitting up the actors that I like. Is it like a Batman movie? What is it? Oh, dude, these Professor Aisha, yes, they're literally, oh, God, they don't know how to work these computers. Wait, there's this kid butt-ass naked in your class? Oh, my God. What is wrong with these people, man? John Cena said the Bray Wyatt match was his last match. Really, Aubrey? Where's your source on this one? I need a source. I don't think that's his last match. No way. Did you see Jones' response to Lionheart's home invasion? He said the guy, dude, Lionheart, man, he got sensitive about that. I was listening to this is another thing, man. Like now, like literally now that MMA is not going on, I'm listening to all these MMA interviews and shit like that. I feel like I'm an expert again. But yeah, he just said that John Jones just pretty much just said that the guy wouldn't be walking, and Lionheart called him a douchebag. I think John Jones was just trying to say that he would kill that guy and stuff like that. I don't know why Lionheart got to get mad. WebEx, oh yuck! WebEx is garbage. Zoom and GoTo are the way to go. WebEx, oof, that's hard. WebEx is hard. What did Jones say? Jones just pretty much just say that that he would have killed the guy that came into his room. And here comes my dog's barking. Dude, the beers are not fun, dude. I fucking hate eating food, and it just gets in my face. I know everyone says trim it, but I'm trying to avoid touching my face as much as possible. But yeah, man, the beard, it's not fun, dude. I don't know how Daniel Bryan lives. His hair, it's not fun either, dude. It's annoying. I need my haircut. Do you think a Will-O-the-Wisp and the Demon Balor feud would go over? That sounds like the worst TV I would watch in a heartbeat. But no, it sounds terrible. Jeff Hardy as Willow sucked. Thoughts on Red Hood as a character? Been a minute since which one was Red Hood? Which Robin was he? Tim? No, Tim was Nightwing, I think. Jason Todd? Was he the Red Hood? It's a good character. It's just I'm not really too familiar with it at this moment in time. Like I have to be deep dive. It's a take, it's a take on them trying to make a different villain for Batman, especially one that kind of resembles Killshot a little bit. I get my names mixed up. Deathstroke. Is that Slade's name? Deathstroke? Yeah, Wilson Slade, Deathstroke. Where's that goopy little orange mask? But yeah, no, he's a good character. It's just I don't remember. Like I know the Joker kills him, and then he tries to kill Joker and everything like that. So yeah, like I said, my knowledge on Red Hood is like kind of shit right now. Who do you think will make the college football playoff this year? Are we gonna have college football playoff? College football playoff this year, Bama. It's definitely gonna make it again because it's Bama. I know everyone's gonna say LSU. They just lost their quarterback. Alabama has a couple quarterbacks waiting, so they should be fine. So Alabama in the SEC, Clemson in the ACC. Ohio State, because it's Ohio State, they always kind of make it. And then finally, Pac-12 beats each other up, so none of them are going to make it. Probably go with who's a good Big Ten school. Big Ten's kind of interesting. Heck, we could have two SEC teams. We've had it before, or even two ACC teams. I'll just stay with Oklahoma. Stoops still has a good team around him. So, yeah. LSU still has Jamar Chase, but other than that, like I said, I've been so far out of football that I haven't really thought about it, but those are like the four teams I would guess off the top of my head if it was easy. So, yeah. Have I ever been in fistfights? Yeah, man. I won some and I lost some, man. Like I wasn't undefeated. But I'll beat kids up, man, if they piss me off. Like, don't get me twisted. Like, I ain't no punk and everything like that. So yeah. I heard it's a Harley Quinn and Killmonger in that movie. Oh. That could be a little bit interesting. I don't know how they're gonna pull it off, but that sounds a little bit interesting. Killmonger. Wait, how could it be Killmonger? Isn't he a Marvel character? Isn't that Black Panther's villain? How's that going to work? You got to explain that to me. I'm super confused right now. I went outside to pick up food and it was absolutely feels weird. Literally, it feels weird. Yeah, well, yeah, you have to wear a mask. Like in my place, you have to wear a mask. Red Hood is more of an anti-hero. I thought he was more of a villain. He kind of was a dick from what I remember. Thoughts on John Wall's career? Didn't live up to expectations. Like John Wall should be one of those point guards. Like honestly, he should an all NBA, like a bunch of all NBA, all-star appearances, maybe one defensive player of the year, a bunch of MVP runner-ups. Heck, he maybe could have won one at this point. No Eastern Conference Finals to show for it. No, not even an NBA Finals appearance. And honestly, has just been overpaid to not do really anything for his teams. How long till Brady says F this and dips on the Bucks? He can't because he signed a contract, and so he's going to stay there for 2 years. I think he's finally happy that he no longer has Bill Belichick. Who would have won the NBA Finals and NCAA championship? Chase does not watch college basketball unless there's a prospect I like. There was no prospects I liked, hence Chase did not watch college basketball. Who would have won the NCAA championship? I think Kansas was considered good, so I'll just choose Kansas for that one. NBA Finals, I really do feel like the Los Angeles Lakers were going to pull up some rabbit out of their ass and we're going to win the NBA Finals. And I would have been fine with that. Braun gets his 4th ring. Davis gets a ring. They did it for Cobes. I'm good for it. Thoughts on Dak throwing a party during the pandemic? Oh, our boy Dak Prescott. What an idiot. Yeah, Kurt Angle, like, why are you gonna freaking throw Kurt Angle in the release, man? Yeah, dude. He just wants Kurt Angle to get back on the perks, man. He wants Kurt Angle to get back on the perks and starts wrestling these crazy matches again. He don't care. Samoa Joe and AJ. Yeah, Samoa Joe and AJ are still around. He sent all the other TNA guys. He sent the most recent TNA champions. He sent all the most recent TNA champions back to TNA. It was all like, oh, you guys won that. Oh, Lashley's still around, so never mind. Lashley's still there. My Bobby. And the true MLB is returning next month in Arizona. I heard there was plans for it, but May 30th. So we'll have to wait till then. But I heard May 30th was the time frame where they wanted to return, at least from what I read. I heard Kershaw was going to say no. I mean, John Wall's career was halted by injuries and bad teammates. Oh, no. Wall had a good team. No. Oh, no. I ain't disagreeing on that bad teammate crap. Like, yeah, maybe when he first came in with Gilbert Arenas and the Guns and Nick Young and JaVale McGee and Andre Bloch, sure. But you're going to tell me Bradley Beal's a bad teammate, Otto Porter is a bad teammate, Marcin Gortat? Like, no. Let's not make too many excuses for John Wall. I ain't going to do that. Management, sure. But I'm not going to sit here and say he was surrounded by a shitty team. Like, if you ask a lot of point guards, they would love to have Bradley Beal as a backcourt mate. Better character, Sasuke or Bakugo? Bakugo, like he's just kind of like his own, like Bakugo is just kind of a ripoff of many characters. Like he's Vegeta, he's Sasuke, he's like 3 characters fused into one. Sasuke is his own thing. So Sasuke, it's easy. Bakugo is an entertaining character because he screams, but other than that, he's just a ripoff. Do you want to see the Punisher and Daredevil stories continue through movies or having another season of their shows? Another season. I feel like their shows work better as a season than it does, man. Like, in my personal opinion, I don't think as a movie. Like, I feel like seasons work fine. Is there a media does the fat guy on the street profits look like DeMarcus Cousins? Oh, man, that's so mean, too. He looks like Boogie. He kind of does a little bit. Like a Boogie just ate too much donuts. I shouldn't be mean to Angelo Dawkins, but yeah, man. He doesn't look like... I see John Wall the same as Jimmy Butler, has how their careers paired out. Jimmy who? Fuck Jimmy Butler. Why did you say that name, Aisha? Like, no, for real. Why'd you have to say that stupid name? Jimmy Butler, man. Like for real. Fuck him. I'm so glad I never bought my Butler jersey. I almost did too. Yeah, dude. Kelly Oubre and stuff like. I'm just saying, dude. He's had good teammates, man. It's just that the coach is bad. Thoughts on Naruto as a character? Naruto's like the biggest hypocrite. Like he's supposed to be this underdog. He's supposed to be what's it called? He's supposed to be like someone that we're supposed to root for and stuff because he doesn't have what's it called? Advantages that other characters have. But then it turns out that he was gifted for everything. So then it's like a hypocrite. So that's how I feel about Naruto as a character. Yeah, see, Jimmy Butler, he has this weird effect. When he's on your team, like Jimmy Butler's like this. When he's on your team, you like him. And the thing is, man, he's a fun player to watch. Like Butler is a fun player to watch, man. Like he's a fun player to watch. Jimmy Butler is a fun player to watch and everything. And it's like with Jimmy Butler, like as a player, he's super good. But then at the same time, man, it's like you have to deal with his bullshit off the court too. But it's so fun to watch. Like he's such a good player. How do you feel if this pandemic happened like in 2003? Well, I was a little kid, so I'd be chilling. Like I'm going to be dead on. This happened in 2003, I'd be chilling it. I'll be chill. So yeah, I wouldn't be freaking out to be honest. I'd be very ignorant about it too, because I'm a little kid. And I definitely would not, well, if it's 2003, I wouldn't have like my telephone or anything like that. So it'd be kind of weird. Underrated DBZ fights for you. Deborah versus Gohan. Gotenks versus Super Boo. Those are the only ones. Zarbon, I guess. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I guess again, people like that fight. So yeah, those are the only two I could think of. Did you find that the last UFC Chuck Liddell fight's more funny or sad? Just sad, dude. He was getting knocked out by broken-handed Rich Blanca, and like you just knew he needed to go, man. Like it wasn't funny; it was sad. Who carried the story of Naruto better, Naruto or Sasuke? Kind of Sasuke, I guess, because he was kind of the only reason why Naruto was doing the stupid shit that he did, because he was like, I need to do this for Sasuke. I need to go save my friend. So kind of Sasuke, because he was like kind of like the driving force for Naruto to do whatever the fuck he needed to do. He needed to learn a new technique to save Sasuke. He needed to do this to stop Sasuke. It was never to never oh, I need to learn how to do this because if I'm going to become the Hokage, it's because I'm really good. No, it's just because you want to do something for Sasuke. So yes, Sasuke kind of was the one who carried it more because he was kind of like the main thing Naruto was doing everything for anyways. Yeah, Jimmy Butler is a good second option. He's not a guy. He's like, if he's your main guy, it's kind of like issues and problems and stuff. I always thought Ronda had more potential to be a top. Oh, Verdez Ronda. Rondo definitely is just like the thing about Rondo, and especially when you're a genius and you play the point guard position, you think you're better than everyone else. And the worst enemy is yourself because you always want the players to do their thing and stuff. And here's the thing. Rondo was part of the big three. And so he was spoiled having Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. Players who understand the roles and know how to play and understand how to play with a good point guard. Then you make Rondo go to these other teams that don't understand this, and it's like, hey, he's going to get upset. Like, you're going to try to tell Monte Ellis, hey, Monte, pass the ball. Like, he's not going to fucking do that. So, yeah. SARS, I remember it a little bit, but I was a little kid. My parents never really, when everything crazy, my parents kind of kept me sheltered because they didn't want to sell, because I'm an overthinker, so my parents didn't want me to worry. You think Gobert will get traded? Oh, he gone. This gives the Jazz easy reasons not to give him his extension. Trade him. It's easy. Honestly, Mitchell and Gobert don't mix well on the court anyways, and Gobert, he's just not good on offense. Like, that's the problem. That's just the problem. He really wants the ball on offense, but he can't do shit with it. Yeah, he's a post hook. He's improved his jump shot a little bit, but he can't do shit. So, of course, yeah, no, man. No, Mitchell's not going to get traded. They're gonna keep him. He's on his rookie contract, too. You're not going to get much for him back anyways. Why can't this pandemic be like swine flu of 2009? Because the swine flu was in a food. Like that's the thing. This thing is like if someone touches you, you can get it. It's totally different. Swine flu was in pork. Like they said, just don't eat pork. That's what some people get confused with. What are your thoughts on part-time world champions? It doesn't bother me as long as they aren't champion forever. I'm fine with it. Like, as long as you build up the part-timer to lose to someone you care about, that's all that matters to me. It's when you have the part-timer lose to someone that's not worth the championship, that's when I don't give a fuck about it. How bad did Madara get cucked in the end by Kaguya being the final villain? I wouldn't say cucked. Like, he got fucked, but not cucked. He kind of got fucked over big time. I just felt that was Kishimoto. He wanted to try to add some extra elements, but he should have just left it at Madara, but he really wanted to add extra elements and stuff. And I felt Kaguya, like, who cares? Like, she wasn't really that important. Where do you rate Guy versus Madara in the top Naruto fights? It's the top. It's not even close. Like, it's number one. Like, it's amazing. It's fucking sick. Animation's great. Guy Sensei is like freaking no chakra or anything, fixing this godlike form in Madara. Like, it's fucking badass. Like, I'm sorry, it's my favorite fight, so I'm biased towards it. But yeah, it's my top. Which is sad. Aisha, I thought the Jazz had a chance to make it far in the playoffs. Oh yeah, the Jazz could have made it to the Western Conference Finals, to be honest. They're not that bad of a team. Did you expect Giannis to be as good as he is? Honestly, I'll be honest. With Giannis, not like so. I picked him up one time in fantasy basketball because I needed someone at small forward, and I saw that the Bucks were playing this guy named Giannis Antetokounmpo. I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" So I was like, "I need to watch a Bucks game," and I watched his Bucks game, and I could not believe what I was witnessing. I was like, who is this?" And then I realized, oh yeah, this is the guy that they drafted, and I didn't know who he was. And he amazed me. And so I was like, I don't know if this guy's gonna be a superstar, but he's gonna be good in the NBA. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be a superstar. I thought he was going to be good. Like, I literally looked at him, and I literally said, dude, Giannis is gonna be good. I didn't know he was gonna be MVP. But then once I heard this guy was still growing, that was insane to me. I was like, wait, Giannis is still growing? Like, insane. Fuck Rondo. Oh, wow. Chris Paul. This is my favorite point guard, Chris Paul. Thoughts on Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? I prefer I know Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is more to the manga. I get it. I don't care. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is great, but I prefer the OG just because it takes time telling the stories. Some of the plots hit harder there. Scar, I felt, was better produced there. My personal opinion, you can argue it, but that's fine. But yeah, Alchemist Brotherhood is good. The Seth Rollins leak entertainment factor, promo skill, great wrestler, leak charisma, be able to talk story. He leaks great wrestler for sure. He's been in really good matches that I've enjoyed at least. Entertainment factor, it depends on his situation. Promo skills, no. Like, he needs to be set up very well in his promos for us to be interesting. Like, the most interesting Seth Rollins take is when he's like, "Where's my statue?" When he was asking for a statue every 5 fucking seconds. Like, that was the most entertaining I've ever seen for Seth Rollins. But yeah. I was a freshman during the swine flu. I was working during the swine flu, I believe. Would favor the Jazz over the Rockets in the first round playoffs, to be honest. Yeah, well, the Rockets are tiny. They're like running with no center. Are you happy with Austin Eckler? As happy as I can be. I mean, he's a great player. He's fun to watch. It's just, if he's my number one running back, I don't know. Like, he's a good complimentary running back. He's fun to watch, like I said. But as my number one, I don't know. And plus, you need a quarterback that will throw him the football. Kaguya should have been introduced right after the war or something, or they could have just not introduced her at all. Why did Naruto get so big in your opinion? Like, why did it explode popularity bigger than Bleach and One Piece in the USA? It's a simple story with Naruto. It's just this kid that just being bullied. Like, a lot of kids can relate to Naruto because he gets bullied a lot and he's treated as a loser. And kids are motivated on the fact that he was a guy that worked hard until near the end and they ruined the character. But I just feel like the characters are more relatable. There's a lot more adult. Like, One Piece is kind of cartoony in the beginning, so it's kind of like there's not a lot of adult stuff in there. Plus, it's like, pirates that can't swim. Sorry, that's kind of like a turnoff. Bleach, it's like, let's be real. You try to show your parents, like, I want to read this manga called Bleach, and you see, like, the Skull Demon, and it's like, fuck that. Like, they're not going to let you watch that. Naruto looks like Dragon Ball, feels like Dragon Ball in some extent. You can even tell from, like, the first original covers of Naruto, if you ever look at them, you're like, oh, look, it looks like Dragon Ball. So it literally just looks and feels like Dragon Ball. So it's like, you can kind of, like, convince your mom to buy this manga, and it's an easier manga to kind of sell and stuff. And like I said, the characters, it's like there's some adult stuff in there. The fights are a little bit more grittier. They're not like super powered up and stuff. Like, that's the thing with One Piece. It's like they just give you like a character that's pretty powerful already to the start. So it's hard for you to kind of like really be invested in that character because he's already powerful. Like, it's not like Luffy is some chump. Like, Luffy can actually like fight. So he's good. Same with Ichigo. Ichigo just needs to learn how to use a sword, but he can still fight. Naruto, it's like this guy is like fucking struggling against like other ninja just like him. Like, this guy's such a bum. And so you want to see him succeed. Like, it's like more grounded. So I feel like Naruto, just with the characters, the groundedness, and also how it was probably easier to convince people to buy that manga more than the other two. That's why it sold a little bit more. And not to mention that too, that Shonen Jump, at least here in America, they featured Naruto a lot more on the covers than they did any other ones. And as well with Naruto, the U.S. Picking up the show for Toonami, especially putting it in the prime Toonami slot, definitely helped it. So I'm not like the expert on it, but that's what I would guess why it would blow up. Is Giannis mini Shaq to you? Not really. Like Shaq would like Giannis. Like there's games where Giannis could get shut down. The only time Shaq got shut down is when they were doing hack Shaq or Shaq was frustrated because Kobe was like jacking up all these shots and wouldn't give Shaq the ball or anything like that. But no, Giannis is like he's like a. I don't want to be rude. Like he's like Grant Hill if Grant Hill never got injured. Like he's like if Grant Hill had the power of LeBron James. Like that's how I compare Giannis. Like he doesn't have the skill set of Grant Hill, but he has like the power of LeBron James. So he's kind of like a hybrid of those two. Like that's who Giannis kind of reminds me of. He just doesn't have the jump shot. How funny is it MJF beats Cody at the pay-per-view and MJF is regulated to a crowd member? Yeah, dude. Well, that's what AEW is. Like who can beat Cody? Like this is how it is. Why didn't stuff like Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood didn't explode in popularity like DBZ, Naruto, and My Hero? Yu Yu is a little bit didn't get the TV exposure that it should at all. Like it was on Adult Swim. Not to mention too, kind of dated when it comes to animation, so people probably didn't care to watch it. Same with Rurouni Kenshin. Like yeah, it was on Toonami, but it was kind of a dated series. Brotherhood, the thing is, yes, as a great show, people already watched the original Fullmetal Alchemist. Why would they care for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood? Does Donovan Mitchell kind of remind you of a prime D Rose? No, he kind of reminds me of D Wade. Mitchell does the way that he plays and stuff like that. He reminds me of a D Wade more than a D Rose. D Rose was like Morant. He reminds me of D Rose. Like John Morant reminds me of Derrick Rose in his prime. Mitchell reminds me of like D Wade when D Wade was on like those shitty Heat teams and he was doing all that work and everything. What's your favorite technical wrestler and that makes the technical and what makes a technical wrestler to you? Well, my favorite's Benoit. And then what makes a technical wrestler to me? Someone that just can pretty much do mat wrestling and not look sloppy. Stone Cold said Okada is the wrestler of the decade. Agreed? Well, yeah, I love Okada. He's pound for pound the best wrestler. Like, he can just wrestle any style. Beautiful drop kick. Just an ultimate performer inside the ring. Do fans underrate John Cena's in-ring ability? For someone who supposedly can't wrestle, he has a ton of great matches. Cena is just sloppy in the ring. This storytelling is pretty solid, but when it comes to execution of moves, he's just very sloppy and very goofy and clunky. And is DBZ with? Well, I guess Naruto's DBZ with the deeper story. Dude, Shaq would be a great tight end. They would just really put Shaq in the goal line. That's all he would be known for. Zatchbell was a cool series. Yeah, Naruto was just easy to get into. Did you see that Benoit Vice documentary? Pretty telling. Well, Aisha, I did, and I talked about it. Like I've listened to a bunch of interviews and stuff like that. So I was for me. I was just like I literally was not surprised. Like I was just like I knew most of the story. Alrighty then, my friends. I feel like that's it for me. I gotta get my workout in, and I gotta finish writing some stuff for school and stuff, sub Steven and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll talk more later. Let's try to aim for maybe, let's see, can I do Friday? I'll think in my head because I don't know if I'm actually like doing shit. When I mean by doing shit, like watching LinkedIn learning courses or doing stuff like that. I think I probably could do a Friday. So yeah, Friday, we'll be back. We'll be back with the live stream and we'll do another like just random Q&A or whatever's going on in wrestling. So yeah. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting. Have yourself a good rest of your day. Remember, guys, just like our WWE champion, Brock Lesnar, Sometimes you don't have to give a shit in life. Yow.